Hi, everybody, and welcome to Final Play Sports Wrap. I'm your host, Pete Lubar. Today we're talking Big 12 football, specifically your Colorado Buffaloes. Deion Sanders is now entering his third year with the Buffaloes. Last year they were 9-4, a pretty good record, 7-2 in conference. Colorado was a contender for the Big 12 championship and potentially the college football playoff. However, a loss to Kansas in Week 13, and then Arizona, BYU, and Iowa State, all winning tiebreaker games the following week, eliminated the Buffaloes from contention. Nevertheless, Colorado accepted an invitation to play in the Alamo Bowl against conference opponent BYU, which I noted when I did the BYU segment is unusual. And they were defeated by the score of 36-14. The Buffaloes ranked 25th in both the final AP and coaches poll, and it was their first top 25 since 2006. They had a great season. Travis Hunter was awarded the Heisman Trophy for his performance during the season as the best player in college football, and becoming the second Buffalo to ever win a Heisman. So that was good. They had Shedeur Sanders, who also left or is gone now. Travis is gone. He's graduated. He's moving on to Jacksonville Jaguars. Shedeur Sanders was busy falling 125 spots in the draft order, so we're not sure if he'll make a team. Anyhow, the offense was sixth in passing in 2024, 134 yards, 134th in rushing. They did not rush the ball well, 72 yards a game, and they were 23rd in points. They averaged 373 yards a game. I can tell you that without Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter making miraculous plays, it would have been a much different season, and their statistics would look a lot worse. So we're moving on to the next season, and in spring ball, we saw freshman Julian Lewis and transfer Kadan Salter, who's a transfer from Liberty. Both saw action. Salter is sort of considered the favorite for now. He has more experience, but Lewis is a five-star guy, and it wouldn't be surprising if he was the starter come the end of training camp or shortly into the season, particularly if the Buffalo struggle at all. From a running back standpoint, lightly used Dallin Hayden is back. He was a transfer from Ohio State originally. He's considered to be the front runner for the lead for the running back, but they just recently shored up their running back room with Simeon Price, who's a running back from Coastal Carolina, and Declan Taylor, who came from Incarnate World. So they got a couple of guys in that have a lot of experience and may push Dallin Hayden for the starting position. Zach Atkins is expected to be the primary starting tight end. So he's more of a vertical threat, and that should help with the offense. The offensive line for Colorado was not good last year. They're really aiming to improve on that unit. That unit struggled with sacks and run blocking in the previous year. And they've got some key starters back: left tackle Jordan Seaton, center Cash Cleveland, and right tackle Philip Houston. And they've brought in a slew of talented offensive linemen. Xavier Hill, a transfer from Memphis, is expected to start at left guard. They got a transfer, Zai Chrysler from Illinois, who will compete for a starting guard position. They got a Oki Ongubiyi, transfer from Texas A&M. He provides depth at guard. Xavier Hill, a transfer. I mentioned Xavier. And then one other guy from A&M. Oh, I said the A&M guy. Zarian McGill from Louisiana Tech will compete at center. So almost a complete revamp. So you think about it. You've lost your best quarterback. You've lost your best receiver. Your offensive line's not that good. It wasn't good last year. Hopefully they can shore things up. But what it's looking like right now is they may struggle a little bit, particularly in the early part of the year on offense. From a defensive side, they were pretty good last year. They were 49th nationally. They only allowed 351 yards per game. Significant improvement over the 453 yards per game they allowed in 2023. However, Travis Hunter's gone. He leaves behind a massive hole in both the Colorado secondary and the wide receiver room. And then a slew of other guys left as well. Cameron Silman, Craig, Shiloh Sanders, Levant Bentley, Shane Cokes, BJ Green, and Chidozie Nwankwo are all in the NFL right now. So lost a lot of depth on the defensive side of the ball. And they've got some pieces coming in from the transfer portal, Colton Hood, Savion Riley. They lost some pieces. Sorry, Colton Hood left, Savion Riley left, and Taj McCoy all left, and a couple other guys. So they had to do some stuff on defense for sure. They've brought in some people to help with the wideout position, and we'll talk about some of those in a minute. The best defensive guy coming back is a junior cornerback named DJ McKinney, and he'll be the guy most likely to step into Hunter's place. He's one of the 2026 NFL's top cornerback draft picks. He was ranked 4th in the Big 12 in pass deflections and passes, and posted 62 tackles, which was 3rd on the team. He had 9 pass breakups, 3 tackles for loss, etc. So he's a really good player. Got Big 12 honorable mention. But the linebacker room took the biggest hit with the departures of Nikhai Hill-Green and Levant Bentley. Both were key players on the defense, and so they're really working with an entire new unit outside of Jeremiah Brown. They've brought in Matavius French from University of Texas, San Antonio, and Reggie Hughes from Jacksonville State. And so they've got some guys they've brought in, but they've definitely lost some people. So shouldn't be as formidable at linebacker as they were last year. From a transfer standpoint, they had 33 out and 33 in. They had a 19th ranked transfer class, which is good. Among the notables, they brought in 4-star receiver Hakeem Williams from Florida State. And they also got another 4-star receiver, Sincere Brown from Campbell. So they got 2 really good receivers coming in, which they'll need. They got a 4-star defensive lineman, Joheim Otis from Alabama, 6'5", 315-pound defensive lineman. That's a load. And then they've got 4-star Noah King, who's a safety from K-State, transfer from K-State. And they got a proven safety from Tennessee, John Slaughter. And they got a big old offensive lineman, Larry Johnson, from Tennessee. So they lost Trevor Woods, inside linebacker. He was, left to go to another school. They recruited 14 players, and actually had a really good recruiting class. They started with 4-star quarterback Julian Lewis from Georgia. They brought in Chauncey Gooden from Lipscomb Academy in Nashville. He's an interior lineman, offensive lineman, 6'4", 320. That's a high school kid, 6'4", 320. Wow. And then they brought in Cade Smith, an offensive lineman, 6'5", 290 from Mobile, Alabama. 4-star receiver Adrian Wilson from Pflugerville, Texas. And also another 4-star wide receiver, Quanell Farrakhan Jr. from Houston, Texas. So number of 4 stars, mostly 3 stars in the class, but a good ranking on that. From a schedule standpoint, they start with a good Georgia Tech team, and then they play Delaware. They should win that game. They play at Houston, probably win that game, and then they play Wyoming at home, and they probably win that game. So they're probably 4-0 or 3-1 to start the season, and then sort of becomes the killer part of the schedule starting September 27th. They play BYU, who's expected to be a top 15 team all year. BYU comes in. Then they go to TCU. TCU should be better this year. Then they get Iowa State. Iowa State's going to be a top 15 team all year. Then they go to Utah, and this might be a trap game for them, or a dangerous game, because Utah's going to be greatly improved this year, particularly offensively. And then they've got Arizona at home, and then at West Virginia, and then they got Arizona State, who was really good at home, and then they play at Kansas. So pretty tough schedule. Um, I would say that if they got 6 wins this year, it would be a good season for them. I don't see them taking the next step to 10, 11, 12 wins with the fact they lost so much talent on both sides of the ball. And even though they've brought good talent in, getting that to mesh, etc., filling the holes, it just seems too much. And then Prime was out for all of spring training. He was sick with some undisclosed illness. He was in Florida, so he was not at the spring game, the black and gold game. So I'm thinking 6-6 would be really good. Maybe 4-5 in conference play. And if they got to fix the running game, and I mean they brought some kids in. We'll see if they're going to be great, but it's going to be hard to replace the guys they lost. So my prediction is 6-6, 4-5 in conference play. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please subscribe. It costs you nothing, and it helps me out. So thanks once again, and have a great day. Bye.